Definitely still feeling like summer out there, and we'll have more from Robin shortly. But first, good morning, and thanks for being with us. I'm Mamie Lang.
And I'm Ryan Armani. We begin in Dearborn, where there has been a large police presence that shut down roadways in 2 separate scenes.
And there are reports the officers are investigating an accident involving a pedestrian. Take a look at the scene from Sky Fox. As we said, we could see that police are investigating 2 different scenes, the first at Freda and Warren, the second near the intersection of Warren and Wyoming. So we're working to confirm reports that a pedestrian was hit in that area. And we could see personal effects, including a bag lying in the roadway, but it's just not clear exactly what happened yet. Stay with Fox 2 for updates as they become available.
It is also a busy morning for firefighters in Van Buren Township.
Those fire crews called out to the same complex where just a few weeks ago a fighter jet crashed during the Thunder over Michigan Air Show. Fox 2's Charlie Langton working that story. He has the latest.
Well, I'm told this could have been a lot worse, but we're here in Van Buren Township, Waverly on the Wake Apartments, and as you can see, about 5 in the morning on Tuesday, a couple of units went up in smoke, mostly from the back, but then it spread very, very quickly, aided by a firewall, which kind of stopped the fire, but a number of units were here to put out this fire. This is the same place, by the way, where just a few weeks ago, that antique fighter jet went down from Willow Run Airport, so we've been here before, and about a couple months ago, there was another unit in this complex went up in flames. Let me bring in the fire chief here, David McAnally. So just tell us what happened, do you think, that caused this fire at this time?
The fire is under investigation at this time. It started on the 3rd floor, back on the Charlie side. Whether it's interior or exterior, that's still yet to be determined.
And what's going on now?
We have multiple agencies here working on some of the extension between the different apartments that are up there. Fresh crews just came in because they're pretty hot this morning. The temperatures are warm, so we're trying to rotate people through.
That firewall, though, helped what could have been a real tragedy, didn't it?
Oh, we could have burnt the roof off of this building, absolutely, the entire building.
And it looks like a total loss. I'm assuming it is.
With this half of the building they're working on, we have the top 4 apartments are fire damage, probably some fire on the 2nd floor, water on the 1st floor for sure. On the other side of the firewall, that's yet to be determined how many of those units are still salvageable, but there was no smoke or fire on the other side of that.
How many units do you think are affected?
12 currently, maybe 2 more on the 3rd floor if the firewall's got to be worked on the other side.
No injuries?
No injuries at this time.
Chief, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Let's get back there. All right, thank you. As you heard it here, Waverly on the Lake Apartments. We've been here before because of that airplane crash not too long ago, but this is a totally new situation. Good news, no injuries, but it's going to take a while for this fire to be put out completely and to figure out the cause. I'm in Van Buren Township. Charlie Langton, Fox 2 News.
All right, Charlie, thank you. Meanwhile, some students enjoying an extra long holiday weekend. Schools closing early or altogether because of the heat.
That's pretty crazy. When it gets this hot, there are some things to remember to keep you and your family safe. Fox 2's Robin Murdoch is live for us. And Robin, what should people remember while they are out there today?
Well, if you do have to be outside in this, Amy and Ryan, you want to make sure that you are hydrated and that you stay in the shade as much as possible. As you know, this heat, it can be dangerous, it is uncomfortable, and it can make learning very difficult if your building has no or little AC in it, and that is exactly why some districts are taking drastic measures.
I didn't see any cars in the parking lot, so I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't think I got any notice, or I didn't check my dojo or something.
Jamel Green is among the parents in the Southfield School District who got to have one more day off with their kids. This one, though, unexpected, at least for her. She didn't realize the district posted this alert on its website, canceling all classes for Tuesday due to the heat. Her 8-year-old son now taking his new schedule in stride.
I felt relief because I ain't got no school, and I want to go back to sleep.
Kalel, a 4th grader at McIntyre Elementary, will begin his 2nd week of school here when the temperatures dip a bit. Detroit Public Schools also decided to dismiss students 3 hours early today, while kids in the Pontiac School District will get a half day. That is because many buildings in those areas have no air conditioning or their cooling systems are simply outdated. and can't keep up.
If you know what to look out for, it's easier to be prepared for it. Typically they'll have, if they're dehydrated, they'll have like dry skin. It'll be really hot and really red.
Doctors now prescribing lots of shade and lots of water for those who do plan to be outside in the elements today. The city of Detroit even opening up 7 cooling centers to help residents beat the heat and stay safe in these challenging conditions and challenging times as parents scramble to find daycare or work from home while their kids stay at home another day.
I don't like them missing school though, because that's a big deal, because he needs as much school as possible. I'm praying it'll be back to normal tomorrow. Yes, yes, yes.
Now, Detroit Public Schools as well as Southfield Public Schools, they are among 2 of the districts in our area that are currently investing millions of dollars in upgrades to their cooling and heating system. And those are upgrades that will certainly be appreciated once they are complete. We are live in Southfield this morning. I'm Robin Murdoch for Fox 2 News.
And Robin, you know, obviously our kids, our elderly, we've got to make sure we're checking on everybody, and including our pets too. You know, not that they're in school, but they do get a little bit warm out there and they need the shade and the water as well.
Yeah, I think that kind of holds true for everyone. Anything that breathes really during this extreme heat, you want to stay hydrated, drink as much as possible, and stay in the shade as much as possible as well, or stay in the air conditioning if you have that luxury. Back to you.
All right, go get some air conditioning, Robin Murdoch. We appreciate you.
No doubt. Thanks, Robin. And for more on today's heat, let's turn to Weather Authority Derek Kevra.
Yeah, he's here now with the latest on the forecast. What can you tell us, Derek?
Well, guys, you got to remember this, too. When they take the official temperature for the day, they take that in the shade. So if you're in the direct sunlight, it's going to feel even warmer than what the forecast numbers are and are going to be. Numbers right now with the humidity in play, 88 degrees is what it feels like. So when we take the humidity into account, we call that the heat index. That's what it feels like for you and me as we're outside. Can't sweat as easily, can't cool our bodies off, so it feels hotter. And the heat index today is going to be really high, 95 degrees at its peak by 3 p.m., 95-degree temperatures. Most of the afternoon, in fact, will be spent in the middle 90s when it comes to that heat index. Stays that way upwards of 90 degrees till 7 o'clock tonight. Then that sun's going to start to set and will cool off, but it's going to remain hot and then warm as we move overnight. And with all this heat and humidity does come a chance for us to maybe see a few thunderstorms out there. Now, we don't have a lot going on right now. If we see some rain, it'll probably be between the hours of like 4 and 8 o'clock. Here's 8:30, and you see a little bit of that around southeast Michigan. Just an isolated, spotty shower or thunderstorm. That's what's in store for us today as those high temperatures climb to 90 degrees, again, with that heat index of 95. Tomorrow's a little bit better, but it's still warm. It's still pretty humid, too. 86 degrees out there on Wednesday. Finally, some relief heading into Thursday, Friday, as we drop down by the end of the week into the lower 70s. Amy, back to you.
All right, thank you, Derek. And we are learning more now about a shooting we've been following since early this morning. It happened in the 19,000 block of Goulburn Avenue. That's near 7 Mile and Shaner. Detroit police responding to a shot spotter notification in that area, and when they arrived, officers found an adult man who had been shot and wounded. The victim was taken to a hospital where he's listed in critical condition. So far, no other information about the shooting or possible suspects. But if you have any information, make sure you contact police. And Inkster police on the hunt for a man accused of killing his own mother. Take a look. Investigators believe 25-year-old Joshua Hill shot and killed his 64-year-old mother inside her home on Glenwood sometime in the past few days. Hill is thought to be driving either a 2005 or a 2020 Ford Escape, and he should be considered armed and dangerous and should not be approached. Instead, anyone with information should call 911 right away.
We are learning new details about a tragic chain of events in Monroe. A store robbed at gunpoint, 2 men shot and carjacked, one of them killed.
And it all led to a chase and shootout with police across the Ohio border. Fox 2's Camila Miri has more now from the owner of the store where it all started.
If they come, just give the money. That's it. So they take the money and they go normally. That's what happened everywhere, right?
An anything but typical armed robbery at Highlander Market in Monroe. After holding up the clerk at gunpoint,
They pushed her but asked money.
the suspects allegedly carjacked 2 men parked outside and then proceeded to shoot both of them at close range, killing one of them. It happened late Saturday afternoon on East Front Street. The store owner, not there at the time, absolutely shocked.
Customers shocked too because it's never happened in this area before that. Yeah, not even a Monroe, any store like that. Nothing happened like that.
The suspects apprehended hours later on I-75 in Ohio after a high-speed chase and a shootout with police.
And they are regular customers to last couple of months. That's why. So they are not strangers. They're living. I mean, like they come to the store last couple of months.
Did they seem suspicious?
No. But they don't want to talk that much. Not like regular customers.
As it turns out, the victims were regular customers too. 34-year-old Adam Helton hospitalized in intensive care, according to a GoFundMe page set up to help pay for his medical expenses. 31-year-old Michael Beck Jr., engaged to be married, died at the scene.
Yeah, I'm really, really sad for my customer,